Hey guys, it's Brenda Smith and I wanted to share with you today a tutorial how to use your Silhouette Pixscan Mat with some journaling cards, and we are going to get some journaling on these cards using the sketch pen holder. So I've gone ahead and taken out my Pixscan Mat and I've put this journal card that I want to have some journaling on, as well as this other 2x2 journaling card and this label that I'm going to put elsewhere. So now I'm going to turn this video off and I am going to take a picture of this mat with my phone. So my Silhouette is an older version. I've had this for several years. This is a Silhouette Cameo. And this is the pen holder tool. I'm using a Uniball Air pen and I have it in the medium pen holder. And I just went ahead and put it in the little, instead of the blade, you take the blade out and you put this in place of the blade. And then you just make sure this is closed. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the Silhouette Studio and I have my Pixscan Mat. I'm gonna go ahead and load that into the Silhouette just as you would any normal mat for the Silhouette. You have to leave the lid open when you're using the pen holder tool because obviously the pen is too tall to shut the lid. So the picture, I took a picture of the Pixscan Mat like I said I was going to. You have to take it with either a digital camera or you can use your scanner and scan in the entire mat with the stuff that's on top of the mat. But I just took it with my iPhone. I have an iPhone 6 and it worked great. Some digital cameras require extra calibration, but I think most of the phone cameras these days, the smartphone cameras, don't require calibration. So all I didn't do anything. I took my Pixscan Mat out of the new package. I got a new one recently. Took it out of the package, put those journal cards on, and then just loaded it onto the machine. So now what I'm going to do is go up here and you can see this icon is highlighted here. This is our Pixscan icon. We're going to click on that and then we're going to go over here to import from file. The picture that you took of your Pixscan Mat, you need to have that on your computer. Mine is right here in my downloads folder. So I'm going to go ahead and navigate to where that picture is of the Pixscan Mat and I'm going to open it up. You can see the little preview here. Now this does typically take a little while. For me it can take a minute or two. So while we are waiting, I wanted to explain to you guys that I tried to take a square photo thinking that having the image more cropped would be better, but it told me that it needed to have just the regular orientation, the regular size that it is. So just take your photos on the normal setting, not on a square setting. So now you can see that our mat is here in our Silhouette Studio. Now what we can do is go ahead and type our text. The tricky thing with text on these is that if you just pick a regular font that's on your computer, like Arial, let's go with that, and that's huge, 72 points. Let's just go down to 16 so you can see. So, okay. Let's zoom in here. And as you can see, the font is set up to be cut out. Silhouette, because it is a cutting machine, it just kind of automatically defaults to this outline font so that it will cut out each letter. However, there are ways to fill it in, but it's kind of a longer and arduous process and it doesn't work perfectly, but you can Google how to fill in fonts for the Silhouette sketch pens. However, I wanted just to do it the easy way, so I went to the Silhouette store and I searched for sketch fonts, and there are several to choose from. As you can see, I'll show you the one I got here. So the one I am using is called JW Sketch Serif font. And if ever, when you load the fonts that you've bought from the Silhouette store into your library, they'll just automatically show up here in this list when you're trying to pick out a font to use. However, if you can't find them, just go over here to your library, click on fonts, and then click on this, and it will take you to that font on your canvas here. So as you can see, it's already changed it for me, and that font is filled in. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and type on this journal card here. I've changed my text size to 15-point font. You can just enter in whatever font you want. And then I'm just going to, click on my text tool and type my journaling. Okay, so I'm finishing up my journaling right now, but I wanted to show you one thing. So I'm just going to finish this. And what I wanted to show you is that you can justify your text in the center if you like. And then to move it, go to this little arrow here and you can adjust where it is. So I think I do like that center justified. So now what we're going to do, we are going to send this to the silhouette. Remember, my mat is already loaded, it's already ready. This is pretty much like a print and cut, so it's going to have to read the marks on your Pixscan mat. So it's going to suck on your mat first and check to make sure that it can read the registration marks. But first, let me show you the settings that I have. So I'm going to go here, after we've clicked on this, go down here to Adjust Cut Settings. And then we're going to scroll down here to the material type. You're going to have to keep scrolling down until you get all the way down to Silhouette Sketch Pen. They are alphabetical, so that should help you find them. And then once you click on Silhouette Sketch Pen, I have the Uniball Air Pen that I'm using is a thicker tip. So I didn't want the thickness to be very much. I put the thickness even lower than this before. I had it on a 5 and it worked okay, but it was kind of spotty in its coverage, so I bumped it up to 9. I turned the speed way down. I haven't actually experimented with the speed yet, so you can experiment and see if it will work just as good doing it a little bit faster, but this is just what I've found works for me. So speed of 5 centimeters a second and thickness 9. I'm going to go ahead and send that to the silhouette. Okay, so as you can see here, it says it's registering. You can hear my machine. Now there are some times where it says it can't read the registration marks. Just keep doing it over and over again. Sometimes it's where you loaded your mat into the machine. Sometimes you loaded it too far to the left or to the right. But mine is going to work now. So it says it's cutting, but actually what it's doing is typing the journaling. Okay, so here's a little video of it in process. As you can see, it's coming along nicely. It's going to finish up this card here and then move on to the other cards too. And here is my finished product, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. If you see that little label that says a glimpse of my life at 32, when it first wrote, it was a little spotty in some parts. So what I did was I had it write it again. And the way that I did this, actually I'll just show you. So hold on just a second. Okay, so because I wanted to rewrite this one that says a glimpse of my life at 32, I'm going to go ahead and delete these other ones that already got written perfectly onto the cards. So I deleted those. I left this one. And because it is a Pixscan mat and it reads the registration marks, it perfectly writes on top of the text that's already there. So you're not really going to have to worry about it being slightly off or it making kind of like a shadowing or like a doubling of the text. It's going to work really nicely. So I deleted the other two, and then all you have to do is just go ahead over here and push start again and send it, and it will write just this one. It will rewrite it over again. Okay, so we are back to this picture again, but this is everything in its finished state. the label that says A Glimpse of My Life at 32, that was actually written twice. And as you can see, there is no doubling or smearing of any kind, so it worked out quite well. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate having you guys here. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. I would love to help you with anything that I can. You can leave me a comment here on this YouTube video, or you can find me on Instagram. I Document Life, same name as here on YouTube. Leave me a comment there and I will help you out as much as I can. Thank you so much.